Good morning. Hi. Let's see. Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and this is episode 412. If you're joining live, please say hello and let me know if you're crafting this morning or if you have questions for me. We are in my backyard this morning. Hi, Joe. Good morning. Hi, Christy. Thanks for joining live. Hi, Lily and Judy and Cherie and Nadi and Grace. Good morning. And Shelly. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Hi, Jane. Glad you could be here. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Christine and Violet, Carol, Naomi, Rose. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Does anybody have exciting plans for the weekend? Hi, Christy. I'm driving Marlon and a couple of boys to a tournament that's across the state. So I'm going to be doing an awful lot of driving, but I'll have a lot of sitting down time while I'm there. So I will be bringing a yarn project for sure. Still have to figure it out. Joe's leaving for Destin this afternoon. Wonderful. I've never been there before, but I would definitely like to see Destin as well. The water looks beautiful there. Have a great trip. Oh, Lily's son turns 4 this weekend. Happy birthday. Someone's grandson is graduating. Wonderful. Lots of exciting plans. Before we get started, I did want to give a shout out to Lisa Gaddis this morning. She's one of our regulars here in the community every day and one of my moderators. And she was in a car accident yesterday, and I have heard that she is going to be fine, but she definitely needs some healing time. So if anybody wants to send prayers or good thoughts her way, I just want to, I know that people care about her and would like to know that, that she needs some good vibes sent her way. So here's wishing that Lisa gets better real soon and can join us back in the morning at the podcast. Thanks, everybody. I knew you'd want to know, so I thought I would share that this morning. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. Glad you could be here. Yes, Grace, this is, or Pamela, this is a dress from my Amazon shop. This is the same dress I wore yesterday, but I'm wearing one of the prints. Yesterday I wore a solid. This is, so it has that same waistband, or seamed waistband, which I think really is what gives it the structure to come in better at the waist. And it has that flared skirt, comes just above my kneecap, and this is size large. And I'm 5'9", 185 pounds, and the large fits me very comfortably. Pat, yes, I have amazing flowers in my backyard, don't I? So here's the orchid that has now, well, how many buds are open now? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 14 are open, so there's still 7 more to go. What a bargain. I got that for $10 with 14 unopened buds. I will definitely look for orchids like that in the future. That was so exciting to wait for them to open. Oh, for those of you that didn't join the podcast yesterday, Layers Knit and Layers Crochet are available as paperbacks now. You can order an autographed copy on my website. It does say pre-order that it's going to be a couple of weeks before I ship, but that will probably be quicker than listed. I would just rather oh, no, I always get this wrong. I was going to say overpromise and underdeliver, but that's not what I mean. I always say it backwards. Yeah, and now it won't come to me, but you know what I mean. I mean, I'd rather make the promise date a little longer and then surprise everybody with a, I know, I need to say it in the reverse, Joe. I'm really bad at stuff like that anyway, but that one especially. Yeah, Pat, definitely going to buy orchids with unopened buds in the future. That was way too fun waiting for it to open, kind of like the plumeria. Oh, I should probably give you all an update on the rest of the flowers in the garden too. Let's turn the camera around for a second. Here we go. Yeah, under promise and over deliver. Thanks, Jane. That's what I meant to say. And that is what I do believe and try to live by, but I just can never say it. So here's the plumeria. Still got lots of yellow flowers. The bougainvillea is always, always gorgeous. We've got 3 different colors back here. We have a purple, a fuchsia, and a coral. Like, dang, that's just so exciting. And my aloe is doing well. My pineapple is doing well back there. And then I have this orchid here. Ah, I'm stuck. And the orchid on the fence over there. So lots of beautiful orchids. Lots of beautiful colors back there. This is my favorite spot to sit in the whole world. I sit out here day and night because sometimes it's just the birds. The quality of sound out here is amazing. Speaking of sound, I wanted to ask you all, how is the sound on the podcast this morning? Yes, Grace, I feel so lucky to have this garden. Absolutely. Okay, the sound is fine. Okay, so that means it's not my phone, because now I've done 3 different locations in 3 days. So I've had lots of comments and emails sent to me complaining about the sound in the last few days. I've had people tell me that I'm wrong, that it's not YouTube. I've had people tell me all sorts of opinions, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But before I got YouTube involved, I needed to do my own experimenting. And so I've done 3 different locations, 2 beaches in my backyard. So, oh, interesting, Naomi. So the replay last night sounded fine too. Now I've had other people complain that the replays do not sound fine. So here's my thought. I think it could be everyone's connection on their own, like a buffering thing with connection, internet connection. Because if my phone's working fine here, it's not my phone just at the beach. And if it's YouTube, well, Cherie, some people are saying the replay is good, and some people are saying it isn't good. So it sounds like it could be individual situations then. Pat says the sound is breaking up for her now. So, okay, now it makes absolutely no sense. Anyone else having sound issues this morning? And I have a show and tell today too. So I'm going to show you something today, but I'll wait and let's talk about the sound a little longer. Okay, Shelly is confirming my original thoughts. She's having sketchy problems on other YouTube channels, not just mine. So my original thought is that it is a YouTube glitch that they are most likely working on, is probably what's really going on. All right, other people saying the sound is good today. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so something I get asked about all the time is how to store your yarn and how to store your finished garments that you hand make. One of the issues with hanging handmade garments is that the weight can sometimes stretch them, and it's the case with delicate garments in general. There are delicate garments that aren't handmade that also shouldn't be hung on hangers for the same reason. The weight of a garment on a hanger can sometimes stretch it and take it out of shape. So you want to fold them. Sometimes folding things is great, sometimes it's not. If you have perfect shelves and you have spots where you can line things up perfectly, that is wonderful, but that's not always the case either. And in drawers, you can't see what you have either. So I found these bins. Oh, and then bins that have to stack. I don't like doing that either, because then you have to pull every bin down to get into the bin that's not on the top. So I found some bins that I absolutely love, and I think that they are fantastic for not only storing your yarn, but also storing your sample garments. I call them sample garments because I take them for trade shows for work, but they're your handmade items. But honestly, I think these could work in a closet in general because here's the deal. They're bins. They have a wire frame in them, but they're soft and fabric, so they're breathable. And they have, you can open them from the top, and you can open them from the front, and the front is a window, so you can see what's in there. Isn't that amazing? So not only can you get into it from the top, you can get into it from the front. So once you stack them, you can easily see what's still inside and easily get at whatever's inside. They're really a great size too. But the fact that they stack and you can get into them while they're stacked, I think is absolutely amazing. So I bought mine on Amazon. I put these into my Amazon shop. So, and I put a link in today's video if you want to check them out. They come in other colors too. So next I wanted to show you how easy they are to put together. So this is how they come in the box. They come flat. So then you want to unzip the top, and the wire frame is already attached inside. So you literally just pick it up, pop the wires. The kitties think it's playtime. You pop the wires into the corners like this. I'm trying to do it on camera, so maybe I should try to do it off camera. Be more effective. Yeah. So I'm just poking all of these right into the corners. It's really easy. There. Voila, we're done. Okay? All right, baby Bjorn, got to get out. Yeah. So now I want to show you how easy they are to stack. So here's the first one that I had done. So I've got it zipped closed with the window in front, and look at, because of that frame, look at how well they stack. So I bought 6, and what I'm planning on doing is dedicating a bin each to every book. I know I mentioned this briefly the other day that I have a lot of sample garments. I have too many sample garments, and it's really hard to keep them organized. And right now I have them in these big sweater bags. But look at that. Can you decide what's in this bag and make sure what you're looking for is in that bag and not this bag? No way. It's a jumbled mess in there. So even though they are clear and it seemed like a good idea at the time, I've got 6 of these filled with book projects, and I have a garment rack in my studio, a full-size garment rack that's full of everything in layers knit and layers crochet. I'm leaving that in there at the moment because until I finish doing all the tutorial videos for the books, I want those handy. But as soon as I'm done, I've got to pull that out and start another book and start another set of videos. Speaking of which, you know the white t-shirt where I cut out the yoke and did the crochet on edging in there? And I did it on a $2 Walmart tank top. Well, I went to Walmart last night to pick up a curtain rod. I'm redoing a DIY project in my bedroom, and I'll tell you more about that when it's coming together. But while I was there, I walked by women's clothing on the way to the register, and those $2 t-shirts were there, and I found a couple of colors that match colors of Be So Fine yarn. They had a color that matched Lavender's First Romance, they had a color that matches Tropical Hot Coral, and then they had black, which would match Raven. So I think I'm gonna do some more t-shirts with the crochet yoke. So as soon as I finish the videos for Layers Knit and Layers Crochet, which I just have a few more projects in each of these, I'm gonna do a few more crochet yoke t-shirts because I know everybody likes those so much. I do too. And I want more than one t-shirt done that way. So yeah, so that's going to be super exciting. In the meantime, need to get my book projects organized so that when someone says, hey, can you bring this garment to the beach tomorrow to show me what it looks like, I can say, yeah, I know which bin to go in. And so, and because of the size of these, I think I'm going to be able to do 2 columns of folded things in there. And the other thing I wanted to recommend is that if you're organizing projects in a situation like this, not only would I make 2 columns of folded things, but I would also use this handy little card pocket and write everything that's in there. especially because if you're going to put small things in there mixed in with large things, what I'm going to do is take some of my laundry bags, and so like the smaller scarves that won't fold nicely with the larger pieces, I'm going to put them in the laundry bag and, you know, line them up nicely and then fold it in half like this, so it'll lay flat with the larger items in there. So I think as long as you can come up with a system of getting things to lie flat and stack easily and be able to see them and mark what's exactly in there, I think you've got a really, really good system for keeping in control of what you have and having and knowing how to get at what you have. I don't think that this is just for handmade garments. I think this would work for a small closet. If you're trying to stay organized in a small closet, you can't fit a dresser in a small closet. This would be a great way to get organized like with a dresser, but better because you can see inside the drawers and get into them while they're stacked. So I'm so in love with these. I have 6 right now, but I have a feeling I'm gonna buy more. I'd like to redo my closet with this as well. So I think I'm just getting started. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, and then we didn't even talk about yarn, but organizing your yarn this way, you could stack your yarn by color in there and see through them. The windows are the way to go. Yeah, Cherie, these are amazing. Are they expensive? I think they were $15. So I bought 2 packs for $29. So that's not bad at all. I mean, it's expensive if you want 20 of them, which I want. I want to organize all of the rooms in my house with these because I feel like they're so condensed and will fit into a closet so well. It's a great efficient use of space. Yeah, for yarn, absolutely. This is way better than storing in bins because of a couple of things. First of all, you can see into them. And second of all, you can get into the lower bins without having to pull the upper bins off. This is amazing. And don't forget, you can still put a little note card in here. I'm gonna bring this closer, you can see. Or you could you could put a card in here to say exactly what's inside. So no matter what you want to store, whether it's, oh, naughty little skein gave me $5. Thank you so much, sweetie. That was very nice of you. Very nice. Thank you. Hello, Harini. Good morning. Yeah, so I don't think it matters what you want to store in here. I think it would be amazing for storing anything because of all the features of these. So I'm super excited. And I have a bunch of bins to go through now. I suppose I could go through, oh, you know what? Is Pay for Fish here this morning? That's the person that has been asking about a necklace scarf as a veil, and I think I have one of them in here this morning. I think I saw one just now. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe. But I could start organizing one of these and pull out some sample garments as we go. So like I would start with my bigger pieces first. Oh, I think some people are asking questions, but other people are answering, and I missed it anyway, so that's fine. This is a cute shawl. This one is on my website. This is where you do garter stitch and slip stitch to create vertical stripes within horizontal stripes, so it's a lot simpler than it looks. So cute. This is called the Vala shawl. You can find that on my website. This would be pretty in a lighter weight yarn too. This is in worsted weight, but it would be really pretty in a lighter yarn too. It's the geometric contrast of the vertical and horizontal stripes in contrasting colors that's just so pretty. I'm going to open both of these because as I pull out garments that are, like, I'm going to do a knot book related one and try to do Motif Magic combined here because that's the first book I think I can go through here. And as we do it, I can show you sample garments, which are all patterns that you'll see on my website anyway. This is the crochet shawl that I did for the knit show. This one's so pretty. This one's done in Be So Fine yarn. Looks cute with this dress too. All right, I'll leave that on. Little skinny scarf. Okay, so one of these skinny, this is the beginning of the little project, so I'm gonna put these inside one of the laundry bags. And so I'll set this on top for now and just start putting them in there. Just fold it up neatly and set it in there. And as I pull more skinny scarves, I will set them together in there. I might end up doing something similar with shawls. I'm not gonna put a light shawl on top of a heavy shawl because I don't think you're going to see them. Like if I did a worsted, let's do it in the top one here. If I did a worsted weight shawl and then a lace weight shawl on top of it and then did a worsted weight one on top of that, I think that would make it hard to see. So what I'm going to do is kind of try to organize them by weight just so that you can see them better. So I'll start 2 different piles, and if something looks thick, it'll go here, and thin, it'll go there. And then once they stack, it'll make more sense that way. This is a pretty scarf too. This one has the twisted fringe on it. All of these you can find on my website, except for this one. That one would be on the Knit Show website. Oh, speaking of patterns, when I was uploading all of the Layers Knit and Layers Crochet patterns to Ravelry the other day, guess what? I can't even believe this. I can't even believe what I'm going to tell you. Guess how many patterns I have designed and uploaded to the Ravelry database over the last 15 years of my career? I want to hear some guesses. Does anybody have a guess? Oh, here's the one. We'll wait and see if anyone has a guess. Yes, Barbara, these would be amazing for yarn storage. 350 is too low. 900 is too high, but since 600, 143, how about 704? I have 704 patterns in the Ravelry database library. Is that crazy or what? I looked at that and I was like, dang, that's a lot. How in the world did I do that? That's a lot. I know, I couldn't believe it. So if you go to my designer page, on Ravelry, you can see for yourself. It says 704 in 15 years, give or take. It's amazing. Oh, this is a fun bag. This one has been such a popular pattern. This is the Sand Dollar bag. Isn't that adorable? I need to pull this one out and use it. But you know what? Even if I don't pull it out to use it right now, if I organize it well, I will know where it is to be able to pull it out when I want to. And that will be good too. All right, so here is that scarf that somebody wanted to see if it would work as a veil. And I really don't understand what she's looking to do with it, but she wanted to know what it would look like if you put it in the front. And I think because of the shape of it, it may not be doing what she wants it to do. She wanted it, maybe it is though. She wanted to be able to wear it like this at her church. So I'm just going to show it. I don't know if she's here. Is Pay for Fish here this morning? I'm guessing you would tie it behind your head like that. But just wanted to show that for her. I guess if she was here and she could tell me what she exactly wanted to see, maybe that would help. But it is kind of pretty that way. Maybe without the beads though. I think the beads make it come a little too far into my face. All right, this is another light one, so we're gonna put it in the laundry bag. That'll be so much easier to find these things. Oh, the little hickory lace cape. This is another super popular pattern. That one's done. That one's knit in Be So Fine yarn in a one ball project. Okay, finally getting to book projects. This is a beautiful bag from Motif Magic. So now I have the beginning of what I'll start in the next bin down here, because I do want to do bag projects. I'm sorry, not bag projects, book I want to do some books, some bins organized by book. And if it works where I can fit 2 books in a bin, great. And if I can't, that's fine too. But I really want to be organized by book so that I can easily find things. Hi, Pat. Here's another shawl from Motif Magic. So this, what was interesting about that book is that it's all motif projects, even the knit ones. So these are knit motifs. Can you see that it starts in the center and it's a star, then it has lace at the outer sides, and it's a hexagon motif, and then they're joined as you go in knitting. Very unusual and super fun. It is pretty. Thank you, Joe. I love this shawl. And I'm more likely to wear it and find it now because I'm going to be organized. Here's another beautiful shawl from Motif Magic. This one's done in Be So Fine yarn. And this one has square motifs. Thank you, Naughty Little Skein. This one has square motifs that are turned and joined on the diagonal, so they're diamonds. And then to keep a straight edge along the top, I converted the square motif into triangles as well. That's a great thing to know if you're going to do this, if you were doing this in a garment. Triangle motifs are very helpful in creating shaping in garments. So to have that triangle and square motif done in chart and written form is very helpful information. Thanks, Pat. I love that bag too. I love knit and crochet bags. Oops, wrong pile. There we go. What's this one? Oh yeah, this one's another super popular pattern. This is the knit cardi vest, but it's a free download on my website and video here on YouTube. And this one is in Be So Fine yarn in color Blue Danube. And if you watch any of my styling videos, you can see how many different ways you can wear stuff like that. It is a beautiful color, Pat. I agree. Thank you. So these piles are getting nice, huh? Okay, we've got another necklace scarf, so that can go in the up here. All right, what is next? Ooh, an oldie but a goodie. This is one of the original shawls I designed when I first came out with Be So Fine yarn. This is the Isla Murata shawl, half hexagon. Come up close so you can see the stitch pattern. This is in Be So Fine yarn, 1 ball project. This is Passionate Plum. Well, this is a fun little show and tell. Oh, I've got more book projects. See how mixed up stuff was in here? I had book projects mixed up with website projects. No wonder I could never find anything. This is the Vienne shawlette from Motif Magic, also done in Be So Fine yarn. This is colorway Pink Damask, another beautiful color. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Oh, here's another fun project from Motif Magic. These are square motifs. These are knit motifs that you join as you go, and it looks like argyle, doesn't it? It looks like a lace version of argyle. I don't think I've done a video on this one yet. So as soon as I finish doing the videos for layers knit and layers crochet, one of the things that I want to get back to is making sure that I have finished up all of the videos for these 2 books. I don't believe I ever finished the videos for those, so I'm pretty sure that that is one of them that I didn't get to yet. I'll hold that one off. Ooh, here's another Motif Magic project. How cute is that? The flowers inside, or the buttons inside the flowers. I love that. So cute. This would make a beautiful baby blanket too, but I think I would skip the buttons if you're making it into a baby blanket. Okay, that's Motif Magic. Ooh, another Motif Magic project. Isn't this pretty? The colors are so beautiful. Oh, this is one of the pieces that I photographed the day I got this photograph done. Remember I was talking about this the other day about where I was in where I took all of the photos for the Create, Share, Inspire notebooks. I was doing this photo shoot when I got this photo. The lighting was so gorgeous that day. Isn't that amazing? Oh, Jill, you should see the pile. The pile is so much bigger than what you can see on camera. Look at all these bins down here. Can you see them now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 bins and I've only gone through 1 so far this morning. So I'm gonna need at least the 6 bins that I bought. I'm not even going to get very far this morning. But you know what? Here's the deal with getting organized. Every little bit counts. It does not matter how much time you have to work on something. Put in however little time you have and just keep working in the right direction. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just keep going in the right direction, because your little efforts will all build on themselves and you'll eventually get done. So here's that shawl I was talking about. Yeah, so we didn't even really discuss the possibilities with yarn in here. Some people talk about the fact that they like to organize yarn by color. Some people like to organize yarn by weight. Some people like to organize yarn by fiber content. And I actually like to organize by all of those things. So I like to organize, let's see. I think all of that needs to happen, right? I think that it should be organized by actual yarn first. So if you have 10 balls of something, they should absolutely stay together, right? And then from there, I would think in terms of what you would be combining for a project. Well, if you were combining in any way, you would probably combine by weight more than you would combine by fiber choice or color. So I think weight and color are more important than fiber content, because it's not about allergy, so to speak, when you're at home. But I think that it's really gets complicated. So it depends on what your priorities are. For me, color and weight are really important, and fiber content really isn't as important to me, but that's me. So I think you will have to really think about what's important to you and why you choose different projects. So think about what's the most important way for you to organize, because how I organize is not going to be the same. It's not going to work the same for you if your priorities are different. But once you decide how you want to organize, doing it and labeling is going to be the savior part of it, because I don't know about you, I'm not going to remember how I organized it either, right? And if you don't have the exact number of everything you're putting in, that's when it gets really tricky. You have a bag of 10 of everything, gee, boom, 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 fits in nicely and you're good to go. But that's not the real world, right? How many of you have 1 ball of this, 3 balls of that, a half a ball of a dozen different things, right? And that's when organizing and labeling gets really, really important, because there is no perfect way to organize bits of things. So you have to be able to see it, and you have to have it labeled, and you have to be able to get at it. So I think between all those 3 things, that's what makes these bins genius. Because, well, hello. Oh yeah, that bin's not for you. Nice try though. You want to say good morning? Oh, look at the baby. Look at the baby. This is Becker. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. I know you want to get in those bins, but you can't. Yes, I talk to my cats. I know, cats love bins. This one is so pretty too. That's the Sunny Isles, another one of my first designs in Be So Fine yarn and a 1 ball project. If I made this one again, I would make it with 2 balls and I would make it twice as wide. I like how long it is. I like the length, but I would do double this way. I think it'd be beautiful as twice the size of this. And I would like it as a top, but I think I told you the other day, I have designed it as a top. I just haven't released the pattern yet. It's very pretty. Okay, another piece for the top bin. So it looks like we're going to have room to do 4 different folded piles in there, which is going to be great. Yeah. Okay, does anybody have any other questions? Because obviously this is a longer project. I could probably sit here for another, I've done 1 bin out of 6. Yeah, this could be a 3-hour podcast if I don't stay focused. Yes, I have been busy, Pat. Yeah, like I said, this isn't even everything. My studio has an entire garment rack filled with projects too. Yeah, 37 projects in there too. Does anybody have any other questions for me though? Oh, thanks, Christine. Yeah, I thought it was kind of fun to do this morning so that we could go through some of the older projects and you could remember some things that you've liked and maybe would like to make again or make for the first time. That's the thing, when I have so many hundreds of projects that we can't always talk about all of them. So I think every once in a while doing a show and tell like this is great to remind everybody of projects that they may still want to make. Oh, Barbara, I'm so glad this was fun. Thank you. All right. Does anybody have any other questions? Thank you, Grammy. Thank you, Cranjeet. I can't see your name. I'm sorry. Yeah, show and tells are so fun. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Well, we'll do this another day then, because obviously I've got 6 more bins to organize, so we can do this together. Thanks, Grace. All right, so it doesn't look like there's any more questions. So would anybody like to pick a number between 1 and 5? I kind of want to just do the 5th one now since we talked about this cover, but I'll let you guys choose. Number 2. Okay, let's pick number 2. Ooh, number 2. This is the photo I took on my birthday dinner, the first birthday dinner without Marlon. And this was at the Ritz-Carlton in Naples. My friend took me there for dinner, and that was the beautiful sunset we saw that night. And what's interesting about the sunset that night is that when I go to the beach for sunset, I never stay for sunset because I always ride my bike, and I don't want to ride my bike after dark, so I stay till just before sunset so I have time to ride my bike home. But that night I stayed at a restaurant through sunset, and this was twilight after the sun went down. And that's the part of sunset that I usually miss because I hurry home. And that's probably, as an artist, my favorite part of sunset is to see that twilight when the sky lights up. So this one is really special to me because of that. So I'm glad I could share that story with you. All right, let's randomly pick a page and find a quote and see what it means to us today. Oh, baby Bjorn is fast asleep. I'm gonna show you. Look at that. Can you see him over there? Sitting on the chair, little baby. I have done a colorway like this. In fact, I have a colorway in stock right now, Sunrise 07 in Be So Fine Bling. You can get that in my shop right now. It's very close to this. Okay. Oh, we've done that one recently. Ooh, I love this one. This is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Nature always wears the colors of the spirit. Oh man, does it ever. I love that. I find so much inspiration from nature, and you all know that my backyard is my favorite place in the entire world because of how colorful it is. But there's so much inspiration in nature and so much color, just it's amazing. My heart explodes just thinking about it sometimes. I get so overwhelmed by how beautiful the colors of nature are. So I love this quote. It reminds me of how much I love nature. So I'll read it again. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Nature always wears the colors of the spirit. So to take it even further, it reminds us that we should wear our colors, wear the colors of our spirit on the outside too. So the more joy we feel on the inside, the more we can exude it to the outside world, right? Yeah, I want to wear the colors of my spirit on the outside like nature does. That's a good inspiration too. Another way that nature inspires. Cool. All right, well, I know I went way over the podcast today, so thank you for sticking with me and thank you for joining me today. If you are interested in finding out more details or seeing the other colors that these bins come in, I put a link in the video description this morning, and you can go to amazon.com/shop/Kristin Omdahl, and they are the most recent item in the shop there as well, in the craft folder. So you can go take a look and see what the other colors are. Oh, thank you, Nadi, so much. That's so sweet of you. Another $5. You are so kind. Thank you so much. All right, so thank you again so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed my show and tell. Hope you enjoyed my demo, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. A great weekend. Oh yeah, I'm going to a tournament with Marlon on the East Coast tomorrow. If I find anything silly or fun or worth sharing, I might go live while I'm over there. In the meantime, I've got to figure out what yarn projects I'm bringing because I got to stay busy when I'm on the road. All right, have a great weekend, and I'll